Kickoff just moments away as we've arrived at Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today, our draw features two from the AFC between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ready to get this one going. And we're off from Jacksonville. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
On the red. The left turn. Hey, kill. Go.
Lawrence starting with a throw. Completes. It's Myers. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Throwing on first down, Lawrence. This is a heater going deep. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. He mix it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 6-0 lead right away. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
All right.
First down, and they go right back to it. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this, too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 4-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Here we go. Tony.
Stroud completes it quick. This gets down to about the 36-yard line. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, they need 7.
Here we go. 19.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Completes, dialing up Collins again. And they hold him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Gain of 15 there. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down. Now, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Under.
Running back sent in motion.
Stop. Hey, one more.
From the gun, Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This from 40 on the right hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be 2nd down.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Hey,
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. Short pass brought in. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of it. Gain of 8, 3rd down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage. The trusting tight end.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Hey, easy. Route. Hey, ginger.
Lawrence with it on 1st. Bucket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. Back to receive it, Tremont Smith. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. 7-3 is our score. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They got this after forcing a punt at the end of 1. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Speed left.
Here's Stroud. Connects on the crosser. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
All right.
Stroud now on third. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Nico Collins, the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Formation for the Texans.
Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Tootin gets it from the gun. And he's going to manage a long yard on that drive up the gut. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Go.
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Rookie Myers, and he's got it. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. 1st down from the 42.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42.
They go play action. Lawrence buying some time right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's 2nd down.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Hey, kill!
Once again here, 2nd and 10. Caught by Washington, left side. And they bring him down around the 34.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
On 3rd down, here's Tootin. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They make it an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Lawrence now off the play action. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Ninth play of the drive coming up. They need 8 yards here on third down.
11. 30 left.
Third and long. They're going to throw. All the left side. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Jaguars have a first down. Now we are still waiting for scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. It's the Jags in front here at Everbank. All set now. First and 10.
11. Hey, run.
Working inside the red zone. Caught just shy of the goal line. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow their lead just before halftime. On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Jaguars drive their lead to 11. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Trayvon Smith with the return. Things going well so far. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
On the quick, right?
Throwing is Stroud. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Connects downfield, on target to Dell. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. A gain of 26 yards there. And it'll be first down, Houston. All set to go now from the 35. Stroud to throw on first down. Back to back for Dell. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They kick the running back in motion. Stroud throwing here on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Nike Tyson. 11.
From the red zone on first. Completes, dialing up Collins again. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal.
Here we go.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans making a one-score game before halftime. Braylon Allen, the touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans cut the lead down to 4. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
One last play before the break.
Hey, Silver.
All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out of bounds to end this second quarter, Brock. Defenders got there, but not before a pretty nice pickup. See if they can build off that in the second half. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. First and 10. Second half's going to start with a run by Chubb. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. They've got second and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Seven yards on that last play, so this is second and 3. Again, it's Chubb. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
One thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Second and 9.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9.
All right. Stop. 18. What's up? Work it hot. Button. 19 Texas.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Offense to the line for second down.
All right. Right. 18. What's up?
Shotgun now, first round. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Move the chain. Got to move them chains. Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
How's the tonight. Hey. 18. Tonight.
Shove here on first down. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's weird coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make him stop.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 18. What's that? Hey, uno. South.
Stroud completes it quick. Keeps away from one. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
All right.
From the red zone now. That's to his back. Nick Chubb. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, really importantly as a check down on short throws.
And they haul him down after a gain of a couple, leaves him in need of one more yard here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
1. Offense headed to the line, just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs.
18.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Offense isn't moving here. They are going for this on 4th and 1.
Here we go.
They throw it out quick to the left. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take the lead right away in half number 2. David Njoku, the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10.
6 and 24. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Completed left side to Thomas. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. He'll pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
New set of downs from the 37.
Hey.
Tootin on 1st and 10. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Hey, kill. Think right. Hey, kill. Rip.
Lawrence working from the gun. Sends this to the end zone. And he will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars grab the lead on their first series of the half. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10. Looking to throw. Stroud. He's going to push one deep down the right. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw. Swatted away by the defense.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. You got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
On the 24 once again, it's second and 10.
On the quick.
Now they send their back in motion right. Now a timeout called just as the play clock was down to 2. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. From the 24 once again, it's second and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to pull it up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Take right open. Please at 24. Turn. It's hot.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. That's completed right side. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Little tacks on an extra point. And the Jaguars drive their lead to 11.
Texans 17.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Smith on the return. Showing a little burst so far. They're going to track him down. A nice effort in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Absolutely fires this. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans now within one score in the fourth. Nico Collins with the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Stroud now bringing his guys up for this two-point attempt.
The Texans will line up for the
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for two, but it doesn't work out.
Texans 23.
making this a 5-point ball game. They kick it off. Washington now to return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Great vision, gets him across midfield. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field. And you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be second down.
Gun. 11.
Lawrence looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
10 yards to go.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. You cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too. Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Looking inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Inside give here for Tootin. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of the buzzsaw.
Texans closing in, and they get to him. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards, but Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Looking to throw. They did it. He made the interception. Picked off by Darren Stingley Jr. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he's going to score. Pick 6, touchdown, Houston.
This offense had time to go through the 5 stages of grief by the time that interception reached the other end zone, Kate. Denial when they saw it picked off. Anger's return picked up steam all the way through to some reluctant acceptance that they just watched the celebration unfold in the wrong end zone.
Stroud and the Texans looking to tack on 2 more.
Here we go.
The Texans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
South.
Setting up to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. No dice the first time they tried it, but this time, Brock, the 2-point conversion is successful.
Just felt like they were waiting for the right opportunity to try it once again. Not only to make up for the first attempt, but establish a little confidence from this spot, and who knows, maybe we'll have a 2-pointer that plays a bigger role when this thing's all said and done.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35.
1st and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here.
Gun.
Now Lawrence coming off a pick. He puts a man under it deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take a 4th quarter lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. They'll bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Let's go.
Chubb on the give, headed left. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Texans losing by 4. 1st and 10 now from the 46. They are running from the gun with Chubb. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 1st down from the 42. Chubb running out of the gun. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 28. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's him the 1st.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. Design quarterback run here. He's dropped. A big stop and a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Escapes the pocket. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long. Looking to throw it. He's got it. Complete to Collins. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game.
Jaguars 35. The kickoff for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10.
On the red. Here we go.
Back to throw. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. And the hit arrived shortly after that football did, but he hangs on for a gain down to the enemy 44.
And the Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. We'll look to throw it. Caught by his back. And all we can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on first down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Cut for big yards on the right side. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. So they call a timeout. So that is their final one. And with time left for maybe 2 plays, let's see what they do. Do they chance it, or do they just kick it now? That one connects. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won this game. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Let the hot.
Setting up to pass. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Official singling timeouts. We've got whistles. Time left for 1 snap. And while we all know the odds are low, it's not impossible that they find a way to score. Here he goes. One final shot. Forced out to his right. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. Man, they were facing a top-5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you can come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.
typical. Body of a donut, that's so typical. Treat like a god, that's so typical. And he's still modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical and visual. I feel like the one. Yeah, I wake up every morning and thank God for my lungs. Cause I'm breathing so good, I know I don't have to run. When you're looking this good, no one can tell you to jump, to swim. Yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave. I'm trying to get me paid. I'm trying to move and shake. I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great. I'm getting used to change. Face of a mortal, that's so typical. Body of a donut, that's so typical. Feel like a god, that's so typical. Next to modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical.
These restless eyes of mine will sit in to my heart and sugar. In a jumbled life of glitter, dream hit concrete, mind all jook up. Tend to think in 1,000 thoughts, I'll pop through north to the voice, get bored. Endless stairs in a sinking door, I search for things I don't need no more. Baby, I'm typically every day, can't call it shady. I'm airing you cause I'm an anxious state, the worries